Welcome back to the channel. So today's question is left and right sum differences. In this question we have to just solve this, build an answer of I which basically says that the absolute difference between the prefix of I and the suffix of I will be stored in the answer of I value. So in this we have to think how we are going to calculate the prefix sum and the suffix sum. So in this question it is straightforward, given that the initial value of the left side is 0 and the right side means suffix starting point is going to be 0 and the prefix starting point going to be 0 as it is clearly mentioned in the question. So how we are going to find the prefix value at the index I, which is just like that. Prefix of I at index I value equals to 1 is gonna be prefix of I minus 1 plus nums of I minus 1, where I minus 1 gonna represent the index 0. So here the prefix of I minus 1 and nums of I minus 1 gonna represent the value of prefix of I. Same goes with the suffix of I plus 1 and the nums of I plus 1. I'm gonna show you this with the help of an example. Here we are given an example where nums value is 10, 4, 8 and 3. So for the suffix, for the prefix of I is equals to the prefix of I minus 1 plus nums of I minus 1. Suppose we are where I is equals to 1, then the prefix of 1 is gonna equals to prefix of 0 plus nums of 0. So here the prefix of 0 is 10 is so initially the prefix of 0 is 0 and nums of 0 is 10. So we got the value 10. Initially the prefix 0 at index 1 is gonna be 10. Now for I is equals to 2. When the value of I is 2, then prefix of previous is 1 and nums of previous is 1. So here the value of prefix of 1 is 10 and the value of nums of 1 is 4. So we got 14 over here. Now same goes with the index 3. We got 2 here and 2 here, and the values are prefix of 2 is 14 plus nums of 2 is 8. We got the value 22 over here. Now we are going to calculate the suffix. Initially the value of suffix, as we are starting from n minus 1, so the value of 3 of suffix is 0. Now calculate the value of at index I equals to 2, which is going to give us suffix of 1 plus nums, which is gonna suffix of 3 plus nums of 3. That is gonna give us 3 plus 0. As you can say, suffix of 3 0 and the value of nums is 3. So at index 2 the value is 3. Now we are gonna decrease it as we are going from right to left. So here the value is 2 and the value is 2. Suffix of 2 is 3 plus the value of nums of 2 is 8. We got 11 over here. Now the value of I is 0. For I0 the value is 1. The value is 1. Here the suffix of 1 is 11 plus nums of 1 is 4. We got the value 15 over here, and that's how our suffix look and that's how our prefix look. Now we have to gonna make an absolute difference for all the indexes. At index 0 the absolute difference is gonna be 15. At index 1 it's gonna be 1. At index 2 it's gonna be 11 and index 3 it's gonna be 22. As you can see that if I gonna suppose do this, so it's gonna be 14 minus 3, which is gonna give us 11. So that's the pretty basic intuition of how to solve this question and how to build suffix and prefix. As you can see over here, we have defined, we are gonna start from index I, we are gonna till n, and we are gonna increment it. This is just a basic for loop. Prefix of I is gonna be prefix of I minus 1 plus nums of I minus 1. And similarly for suffix, we are gonna start from the right side, which is gonna be n minus 2. And we are going till n equals I equals to 0. And suffix of I is gonna equal suffix of I plus 1 plus nums of I plus 1. That's the way of solving this question. Now code it up. So here I have defined the value of n, which is the length of the nums. I have made 3 vectors. The first one is prefix vector, suffix vector, and the answer vector. The answer vector we are going to return at the end. So here I defined 2 functions, 2 for loops. The first one is gonna store the prefix of I for prefix of I at index I, and the same goes with suffix of I for every values we are iterating from right to left in the suffix of I. So in this for loop, for every index I have just did a absolute difference of prefix of I and the suffix of I. As it mentioned in the question, we have to return an integer array answer of size n, where answer of I equals to absolute difference of left sum or right sum. Here left sum is prefix of I and the right sum is suffix of I. So we coded up very clearly. As you can see that now we are gonna analyze the time and space complexity. So the time complexity is, as you can see that we have 3 for loops, but in each of the for loops we are going till big of n. As we are iterating over the length of a nums vector as that is given to us, so the overall time complexity will be big of n. For the space complexity, we have defined 3 vectors. Each has the maximum length of big of n, so we are gonna achieve the maximum length is big of n. So the space and time complexity both are same, which is big of n. Thank you for watching this video. The code is in the GitHub. You can check it out there, and like, share and subscribe.